Hello, everybody. Coach W here. I actually just got back from a little run. Feels good. The seasons changing a little bit, so it's getting a little warmer out. We're in mid-April at this point, and it's now time to. I get the itch this time of year to get out and do a little exercise. So I would make a quick video about also starting to think about your exercise and starting to get into football shape. First off, I want everybody to know that I'm not a professional trainer or athletic trainer or anything like that. I'm just a person who's been living in the world and been participating in sports in one way or another for a long time. Try to stay active, try to stay in relatively good shape, especially for my age. So one of the things that we want to do is make sure that you are all prepared for the upcoming football season. It's time to start thinking now about getting into shape. It's time to put down the video game controller, put down the tablets. And it's time to start thinking about getting outside and getting into shape. And no time better than to start right now. Let's talk about weightlifting for a little bit. I started weightlifting in 6th grade, which is who this video is kind of aimed towards, 6th graders. So, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, things like that. That's when I started lifting weights kind of seriously. I started lifting weights before anybody else really did. I don't know if I really encourage people this young to start really lifting weights. If you do, make sure you're doing it responsibly. In fact, everything that I talk about today, make sure you look up proper technique, things like that. Technique is critical in not hurting yourself. So making sure you have the proper form in whatever you're choosing to do, even if it's as simple as running. There is a right way to run and a wrong way to run. So just everything we do, proper technique. If you want my advice, you can contact me and I'd be happy to help you out. Otherwise, there's plenty of resources that teach you how to do those sorts of things. But as far as weightlifting goes, I like weightlifting maybe a little bit, and especially at this age. It's good to start doing some resistance training. A lot of what I'm going to talk about today is going to actually be more body weight, things like that, things that you can do with just you, and maybe a thing like a jump rope here or there, whatever it is. But for the most part, it's just yourself getting some exercise. So the first thing I want to talk about is push-ups. Push-ups are great because in football there's a lot of hand movement and pushing people and moving bodies around no matter what position you're playing. So push-ups are great to work the upper body. Common mistake I see a lot of kids make is they have their elbows out too wide when they're doing push-ups, which makes things extremely difficult, especially at this age when maybe you don't have that upper body strength. So your arms aren't in, they're not out. About a 45 degree is what you want, butt and back nice and straight. With that in that same position, planks are a great thing to work on. That kind of activates your core. And if you're not shaking a little bit with some of these exercises, you're probably not doing them long enough. You don't want to be doing them too much and straining yourself, because if you get hurt or strain yourself too bad, you're just going to set yourself back to zero, and you're going to have to rest, recoup, and then start over. So what we want to do is start slow and kind of build up and build up and build up. That way we're all ready to play some football when the time comes. Crunches are another good one. Just be careful of that neck. Don't be pulling that neck forward. You're moving up and down with your core, with your abdominals. Jumping rope is a great one. It gets your shoulders as well as your calves. Gets good rhythm. Rhythm's a good thing in any sport. Wall sits are another good one to work those quads and strengthen your quads. Again, that's if you want to go until those legs are shaking a little bit. Shaking is good at this point, especially early on. It's going to be difficult. You'll get better, but it takes a while. But the time to start is now, so that we're ready in a couple of months. It takes a while for these things to really kind of take effect. So again, it's a great thing to start now. Stretching, even though good, proper stretching technique is a great thing to start learning. Not overstretching, not understretching, no bouncing, things like that. So a good stretching routine is a good habit to get into. Running, like I said, if you're a distance runner and you do cross country, that's great. You're going to have great, you're going to really increase your wind and your lung capacity, as well as your endurance. And running just in general is a really great way to stay in shape. I like it a lot. I enjoy it. I like to run. I don't like to run in the cold, but I like running, rain or shine. I especially like running in the heat, oddly enough. My wife doesn't really love that I love doing it, but I like running in the heat. That's okay. Especially at your age, run up hills, stairs. If you are fortunate enough to live by some bleachers, up and down the stairs, those are great. Running uphill really is a good workout. Bike riding, I'll throw that right in there too. Bike riding is a great thing. Swimming is another really good one. Other great forms of exercise can also be helping out your folks with some chores out in the yard, pulling weeds, down on your hands and knees. It's going to actually work out some muscles, get your lower back in shape. If somebody is going to help you and supervise, chopping wood is a great thing to learn and do. And mowing the lawn, even if you get a push mower and you want to help with some edging or something like that, getting out and mowing the lawn, anything in the yard is usually pretty helpful. Helping haul bags of mulch, moving that wheelbarrow around for the folks. You're not only getting exercise, you're also being a good, helpful person. So those are a couple of my things. Again, you want to start now. The time is now. Don't wait until you're 30 days out. 30 days is better than nothing, but, imagine what you can get done and how good a shape you can get in if you start 60 days, 90 days before you really need it. Again, you want to be in game shape well before the games start. Once we get into the season, you want to be working on, we're working on techniques. We're working on installing new defenses, working on different techniques on offense, things like that. So there's a lot more brain power that's involved once we get into the season. The time to really get in shape and get your body ready is right now. So I invite you to get outside after school. You can do a little bit of work before you have to do some homework. Get outside and get some fresh air. It's a perfect time of year for it. And good luck to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. All right, good luck.